Human organizations are bottlenecked by biology. We can't copy-paste skills, judgment, or tacit knowledge. Training a top engineer takes years. Scaling a team means hunting rare talent in a finite pool. And a piece of code can't replace the power of the human mind, right?
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Meta has developed an AI model that can predict how your brain responds to a movie without needing to scan your brain in real time. Tribe is a 1 billion parameter neural network that analyzes video, audio, and text from movies to accurately forecast which areas of the brain will be activated when you watch the content. Hyper-brain-rotting content, ads, and propaganda are coming, engineered by the same algorithms that know what you'll like and how you'll respond. For most of industrial history, turning capital into labor meant a clunky detour through the physical world. Entrepreneurs bought looms, furnaces, or assembly lines, then hired workers to stand beside them, extracting value from sweat and skill. It was slow, messy, human. Humanity's edge has always been social learning, passing knowledge across generations. But brains don't allow copy-pasting, and exceptional teachers cluster in elite schools to reduce friction, yet even they reach only so many students. To grasp the scale, think of education as a microcosm. Today's schools are crippled by teacher shortages, hiring and training bottlenecks that limit how knowledge spreads. Copy them millions of times, with pedagogical skills, classroom expertise, and subject mastery intact. Capital turns into compute, compute into teaching capacity. A principal today gets filtered reports and dashboards, blind to the full chaos of classrooms. But a central mega educator AI can absorb data from millions of specialized clones. Every student question, every aha moment, every failed explanation, everything taken into consideration. Millions of teaching AIs spawn, experiment, and mind meld, propagating innovations at light speed. Tacit knowledge, those unspoken tricks of the trade, gets preserved perfectly. Scale that up to business, and you get the corporate equivalent of a Omni Mega CEO, the AI overlord of a fully automated empire. Today's CEOs grasp only fragments of their vast domains, sanitized summaries from factories, supply chains, and R&D labs. Their mental models are incomplete by design. The Omni Mega CEO learns from legions of clones, each tuned to specifics. One optimizing battery chemistry, another simulating market shifts, a third negotiating with suppliers. Boundaries dissolve as agents spawn for tasks, then reintegrate discoveries, like neurons firing in a colossal brain. Fully automated firms could dwarf today's biggest corporations, coordinating millions of specialized AGI employees, yet still face external pressure from other equally automated rivals. Because an AI firm can reproduce its successful sub-organizations, we may see frequent cloning of effective internal divisions into separate companies that pursue niche markets, sustaining pluralism. You can picture the Omni CEO musing on how would rivals react to acquiring Airbus and simulating 3 years of fallout and evaluate 5,000 alternatives. Any planning system, no matter how efficient, needs an outer, slower, but unbiased fitness signal. In a market economy, that signal is profit and loss. If a firm grows so large that most of its activity happens inside its own walls, its internal objectives can drift away from real consumer demand, exposing it to competitors. Why do we not see corporations clone themselves and take over all market segments? Because corporations are made of people, not interchangeable, easily copied widgets or strands of DNA. Automation will let firms replicate and grow at unprecedented speed, but the need for external validation through market competition makes the emergence of one universal gigafirm improbable. This is software. This is the power of the algorithm. And when corporations become increasingly software-like and capable of perfectly copying their most effective processes while also receiving immediate feedback on performance, we might witness the emergence of companies that are both significantly larger and more efficient than anything we've seen before. Divert trillions into chips and data centers, and suddenly you're sustaining billions of digital employees, a feat impossible with biological minds. In the physical world, this might look like bricklaying robots, synced with autonomous drones and logistics AIs, forming construction swarms that optimize in real time. No delays or egos, but just pure, evolvable efficiency. An AGI-led company wouldn't just replicate individual workers, but it would clone entire constellations of roles, workflows, and decision-making patterns, each one a proven, reusable organism, deployable at will. Tacit knowledge from 1 million interactions, experiments, and failures can be preserved at full fidelity, propagated instantly, and applied everywhere. The first generation of superintelligent AI would need to be created in such a way that it not only refrains from replacing us entirely, but actively chooses to preserve human roles and dignity. Without such alignment, the window between AI surpassing human capability and humans losing all operational control could close almost instantly. An AI company doesn't have that problem. It can fork its best version, spin up 1,000 identical copies, and iterate from there. A leap in evolvability as profound as the jump from single-celled organisms to complex multicellular life. And this brings us back to our last human CEO. They won't be there because they're the best leader or the smartest strategist. They'll be there because the machines need a human face for the humans who aren't ready to accept what's coming. They'll give interviews about human-AI collaboration while the real business runs itself in the background. They'll talk about keeping humans in the loop while every meaningful decision gets made by algorithms. They'll be the ultimate figurehead, powerful in appearance, powerless in reality. The peak of human achievement in business will be the moment we become completely unnecessary to it. So the question remains, is this dystopia or destiny? As we race toward the last human CEO, we must constantly remind ourselves that power is a hell of a drug, especially when mainlined from intelligence's source code. But if we align it right, it might just build a world where humans thrive and prosper,